I didn't even know
What?
San Diego Comic-Con was a thing.
What? Oh, fuck you.
What's the big one?
I'll fucking kill you. Hello, listeners, and thank you for tuning into Those Nerds Over There. This is an enthusiast podcast centered around celebrating and discussing nerd culture. We're your hosts. I'm Alan.
And I'm Sal.
Sal, I don't know if you've seen anything to come out of San Diego Comic-Con right now, but it is the biggest day right now, like, that we're recording. And I just watched the Westworld trailer, and there's a part in it that I fucking just lost my shit.
The San Diego Comic-Con is so hot right now, and thank God for that, because I didn't think I would have a topic.
Oh, is yours coming from out of San Diego Comic-Con?
Yes!
Ooh, alright, then should I hold off on talking about...
Talking about what?
I don't know. I just wanted to talk about Westworld real quick. I know you haven't seen Westworld.
Yeah, I haven't, so go ahead and talk about it.
Okay, never mind. The listeners, I love Westworld so much, I think it's from, I don't know, maybe the thing... that could rival Game of Thrones.
Whoa.
Yes.
I do remember you saying when you first told me to watch Westworld, you said it was better than Game of Thrones.
Did I? Oh my.
You did. That's how much you praised it. And I was like, holy crap, I need to watch it. I never did.
You know what?
But...
you didn't. But, I'm going to stand by that, especially now.
Okay, you can't do that. That's cheating.
But Westworld's amazing, and my favorite character, cover your ears, Sal. She's back. I don't know if you haven't seen the trailer. Maeve came back. Thandie Newton's amazing, and I fucking screamed.
Okay. I mean, this name won't mean anything to me by the time I get around to it.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah. I will say, oh boy, has HBO been just slowly but surely just grabbing hold of me and pulling me back in.
Oh, what's going on?
It's just, well, I still have to watch Westworld, right?
Right.
Now they got the new trailer for Watchmen that dropped too.
Oh, that's right.
And then my topic is also going to be on HBO, so...
Oh my god.
And then they got Chernobyl that you told me was great, and Hughes, my other friend, told me was great. I need to watch that.
Dude,
I hate
Chernobyl
you, HBO.
Is so good. Chernobyl is so good. I don't know, what you can do with 6 episodes. I don't know. It's just fuck. You don't expect 6 episodes to be so amazing and impactful, and
Yeah, no words. I get it, but I don't, because I haven't watched it yet.
Aw. If you want, Sal, you can always come over to my place and we can just watch HBO, because we still have an account somehow.
I might just break and get it. We'll see. But in other news, there is no other news, so let's go to our nerd question.
Alright. For first-time listeners, this is what we call the nut jar. It's a jar we filled with some listener-submitted questions that are just fun questions, what's your favorite anime that gets us talking with you guys. If you have a question or want a shout out on the show, feel free to send those to us at ThoseNerdsCast or our email, thosenerdscast@gmail.com. If you do send one in, feel free to include your social media tag so we can direct cool people to you, you cool person. But let's go.
Yeah, beautiful.
Thank you, Sal. Okay. So, longtime friend to the show. This one comes from our good friend Suspiria.
Ooh.
He's got his own website now. You can go to Suspiria.tv. That's SUSPIRIA.tv. It is spelled like the horror film.
The one he has not watched.
Exactly. But today he asked, Pokemon versus Digimon, is one over or underrated?
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if Pokemon is overrated. but we're both really a part of the fandom. You way more hardcore than me. It's hard to say if it's overrated because we're so engrossed into the fandom, but I don't think it's overrated.
I don't think it is. It's Pokemon. Like, you just say that name, and for a lot of people our age and even people younger, it's in a major part of our childhoods growing up.
Right, but see, that comes with bias, which would maybe make it overrated.
I mean, it comes with bias, sure, but also, like, the fact that this is, like, such a common thread for so many people, right? I think that fact alone. I think it just is kind of proof that, hey, it is this big thing and it deserves the kind of praise it gets.
Yeah.
Although right now, it's kind of like a hot garbage fire.
Under fire. I mean, yeah, that's fair.
What about Digimon?
Digimon is so underrated, it's unbelievable. Guys, if you even watched Digimon as a kid or know anything about Digimon and are like, I wonder if it holds up, go back and watch the dang thing because it's great.
It's great. I think as an anime, I liked it more than the Pokemon anime.
Oh man, it was so much better.
Like, there was, I don't know, like the story plots and the action, animation. There were transformation sequences.
It had real emotional impact.
Oh my god. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The one from... Are you talking about the season of Tamers when, like...
Yes.
Was it the whole... Okay, yeah. The whole season.
Just that whole season. But a lot of the seasons are good, so...
But I think... I never thought of the two as really comparable, like Pokemon and Digimon, and the only unfortunate part was they kind of sounded the same, which made people...
Yeah, start pitting them against each other, even though they were completely different.
Right?
So, yeah, it sucks. And the fact that Digimon games kind of tanked.
Oh.
It didn't really keep it into the mainstream. Because I'm pretty sure Digimon started off as like a Tamagotchi kind of thing, right?
I'm not sure. The earliest Digimon game I remember was for like the PlayStation 1, and it was like I want to say like a Final Fantasy, but it was that doesn't mean anything. It's like
yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's I can't think of the name. Digimon World.
There we go. But like it's like a JRPG or something.
Yeah, take whatever I say with a grain of salt because I haven't researched this, but I'm pretty sure it started off as like a Tamagotchi kind of thing, where you like keep your Digimon as like a little pet.
Now, Sal, what are Tamagotchis?
Are you asking for the audience or do you not know?
I'm asking for the audience.
Okay.
Sal, do you know how badly we're dating ourselves by talking about Tamagotchis?
If you know what a Tamagotchi is, you're still young.
I'm 23. I'm already horribly disconnected with you.
I think you're selling yourself way too short. But a Tamagotchi is this like little handheld device. It kind of looked like an egg, and it had this like pixelated monster thing inside it, and it had 4 buttons, and you could use one of the buttons to like feed it and play games with it. You had to like keep it alive. It was a little pet in digital form. So
it was like a little chore that screamed at you, and if you didn't answer, it would die.
Yeah, so your Tamagotchi would die.
Which, as a child, that's very...
You gotta learn those life lessons early. But they were extremely popular. They just didn't, as technology progresses, you kind of get better things to do. But there were some pretty diehard fans of Tamagotchi.
I just want to circle back that you were talking about how like Digimon games tanked, but that just reminded me, we're getting 2 coming to the Switch soon that I was really looking forward to. I think one of them is, it might be a port of Cyber Sleuth, but the other one is actually a tactical JRPG.
Yeah, I seen it. I'm skeptical about it. Well, mostly because it's Digimon, because their games just haven't done well, but the other one is just any tactical RPG that's anywhere close to Fire Emblem or Final Fantasy Tactics, I almost immediately like write it off as not gonna be as good.
Well, that's horribly unfair.
I know it's unfair because we have amazing things like Wargroove and
Advance Wars,
which is a spirit. I mean, they're both the same game essentially, but we have those games, right? But they're kind of few and far between because I've played a lot of tactical RPGs, and some of them are just not great. But I'm gonna hold my judgment until I get at least some kind of gameplay or review of it.
Okay. Well, that's good. I don't know why I just said it like that. I'm looking forward to it. It's Digimon, and it's that style of game.
Yeah.
Come on.
My favorite Digimon game was actually, I think it was called Digimon Rumble.
Oh,
it was a fighter.
Yeah. Oh my god, Sal.
Yeah, it was on the GameCube, I believe.
No, well, there was the second one for the GameCube, but Sal, that was my first PS1 game.
PS1? Oh, man.
Digimon Rumble Arena was my first game, like, ever, basically.
Nice. How was 1? I don't think I played 1.
It was like, well, after the internet came out and I looked up, you can just unlock people with, like, codes.
Uh-huh.
You find out there's some pretty busted people in the game.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was such a fun game. I loved that one.
I loved it. There's so many wasted hours on that.
Yeah, and that was like a fighter, so I think maybe they should go back to fighters. Fighting games are kind of hot right now, so take that as you will. But Digimon definitely underrated. TV show's great. Digimon themselves are really cool. They've had some couple good games, and they had like Digimon Try, the new movies.
Oh, well, okay. I will say the first 3 movies are phenomenal, and then I think that's when they started running out of budget. And it kind of shows, but like, I mean, the fucking final battle and everything, like, it's still fucking hype.
Yeah.
I don't know why someone just swears so much.
But yeah, and then Pokemon is Pokemon, so I think it's fairly rated.
It's fairly rated, which is to say it's very good and it deserves that praise.
Yep, that's our answers. What do you think?
Give us your hot takes.
If you watched Digimon, what was your favorite season? 1, 2, and 3 is the only right answers.
Okay, because I was gonna. Which season?
I know you were gonna say 4.
Yeah, I'll kill you.
Oh man.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I just swear I keep making death threats against you.
I bring out the worst in people.
Alright, before we move on to what got us excited, we want to take this moment to thank our patrons. So, hi Johnny, hi Eloy. Thank you again so much for your continued support. We get to make this show, and I get to make death threats against Sal, and he gets to just laugh them off. So this time is dedicated to you also.
Yeah. So with that, Alan,
So,
what did you get excited about this week?
all right. So what I got excited about.
Don't say Fire Emblem.
Okay, I got excited about. No, oh my god. Just quick tangent, because that's all we do here is tangents. I'm just watching more Fire Emblem videos, and I planted my flag in like Team Edelgard a year ago.
Yeah, we all planted our flags.
Oh yeah, but like I saw a video with Claude. I'm like, god damn it, I fell in love.
Yes.
So definitely Golden Deer is gonna be run number 2.
All right.
No, but this week I got excited about a graphic novel.
Oh, okay.
When I started out this year, I didn't think I'd be talking about comics and graphic novels as much as I have been. Last week I talked about Event Leviathan. I'm just like, wow, I really got into comics.
Yeah, I think you might have talked about comics more than me. That's a little bit of a role reversal.
No, but I lent you the first version of this, or the first graphic novel of this, and the second for the Adventure Zone graphic novels got released, I think, on Tuesday for us. It was like July 16th.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a graphic novel that adapts my favorite D&D podcast, of the same name, The Adventure Zone. And it's written by the McElroy family, who are the hosts of the podcast, and illustrated by Carrie Peach. And I love the McElroy family. They're the whole reason I even began listening to podcasts. Their D&D podcast was, I think, the first podcast I ever listened to.
Wow.
Right? And they announced that these graphic novels adapting the story that I fell in love with came out. I don't know, the wallet flying out of my pocket, basically.
Yeah, I mean, that's understandable. I've read some of the first book. I read through books pretty slowly, but so far it's been super great. And I'm curious to know how it translates from the podcast, because it seems to work so well in a comic setting.
I know, that's crazy, right? Like, this was an all audio medium that they turned into a graphic novel. And just from the podcast is phenomenal, and somehow I shouldn't say somehow as if I wasn't expecting it to be great, but the graphic novels work really well too. And it's just what was the formula? How did this translate at all?
Yeah, it's very interesting to see how that happens. But did you say what this is about? The premise of the story?
All right, so each of the graphic novels but they're going to be adapting a separate story arc from the podcast. So the first one adapted the first arc, which kind of was them starting out using parts of Lost Mines of Phandelvar, which was part of the D&D starter set.
Okay.
So the second graphic novel is adapting the second arc, which the DM, Griffin McElroy, that's when he really began just writing his own stories.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. Was it the plot is it's on a train and it's a murder mystery.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and I should say the title of the arc is Murder on the Rockport Limited. There you go. So if you ever look it up, but the first book became a #1 New York Times bestseller.
I'm not discrediting them or anything, but for some reason, I feel like every book I see is a New York Times bestseller, and I don't know how that system works.
I went to the New York Times bestseller list, and it seems it's based on sales.
Ah, okay.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
So, and I guess that makes sense. If you heard of a book and it's a New York Times bestseller, then that makes sense that you would hear about it.
Right.
All right. But, I mean, reasons that I love these graphic novels. One's the humor is very meta. They've always had very meta humor even in the podcast. In graphic novel form, it's fun because the three characters be oh, they know they're in a graphic novel, so they can have fun with it.
Yeah.
And I was going to say it's very Deadpool humor, but because it is. So, even though there's a threat of a murder on the train, the characters, they stay very funny and positive and jovial despite a gruesome murder.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, so these are all D&D campaigns, right?
Yeah. So the podcast itself wasn't I don't think it would be considered actual play because there was a lot of editing. It was more just storytelling using D&D, the D&D system as the scaffolding or whatever.
Right.
Right.
I see. So, and I'm guessing, because I haven't finished the first one, so I thought the second one would be a continuation. So the first one just starts and ends?
Oh, no, it is a continuation. There is an overall story plot. But
okay.
Right.
Interesting.
Right. I get... It's like that D&D trope, there's lots of powerful items, there's MacGuffins and each story they go after one of them, and then, but overall they work for whatever group.
Right, okay, because you're making it sound like it's, because the first one it's set in a fantasy, right? And you made it sound like this was a modern day train ride, and so I was like, how do these two connect?
There's the lines between fantasy and modern and in terms of technology kind of get blurred a lot, I will warn you.
Okay, I mean it's D&D though, do what you want.
Exactly, have it your way.
There you go, Burger King.
Then the artist is Carrie Peach. The art is phenomenal. She's done a wonderful job. And it hadn't even crossed my mind until you brought it up with the Raven graphic novel that was drawn by George Piccolo.
Uh-huh.
Or, sorry, Gabriel Piccolo. I don't know what's wrong with me. But, it's insane how much art that these artists have to do by themselves that goes into these things.
Yeah.
And this this book, Sal, the one I'm holding, is over 200 pages.
Oh, dear God.
And now she's done this twice.
That poor girl.
No. She's working on the third one now. Soon, I'm pretty sure.
Nice. I mean, a round of applause. Because the art's great. It's very clean. And the colors pop in all the right places.
Oh my God, the colors. I love the colors so much. It's vibrant. And it just feels like the book is just full of fun and life despite the murder.
Yeah. I mean, but they make so much... they downplay the murder like so hard, though.
That's true.
So.
There's just so many Easter eggs just drawn into the backgrounds of the panels. It's for me, someone who knows like what all the story is and where it ends. It's just really fun to see that. And then at the beginning of this novel, the characters got new outfits, and I lost my mind. I remember just lying down on my couch and freaking out, and I wanted to tweet at the artist, "Oh my God, I love the new outfits. Are they going to get new outfits in every book?" I don't know why I lost my mind over these outfits.
It's always cool to see your favorite characters in new outfits, so...
I think, would you say like mid-2000s, it kind of became one of those meta jokes where like cartoon characters are like, why are they always wearing the same outfit?
Yeah.
So I guess it's because of that every time, especially shows nowadays that like give characters either like they give reasons why they wear the same outfits or they just keep drawing new outfits on them. I just really like that.
Yeah, it's cool. To validate you.
What?
I was playing Kingdom Hearts 3 finally. I'm going through it so everyone can stop adding me. But when you see Sora get his new outfit, I was super excited when that happened. I was like, oh man, look at his new outfit. So,
oh
you know.
I remember when Kayla brought it up with like each of the games and she said the name, and I feel horrible now that I can't remember his name, but they have like a new style, and this Kingdom Hearts 3 was all about plaid.
Yeah, it's great.
And then like I was watching you play it, I'm like, oh man, it really is. All right, and then yeah, I was saying like since they're adapting the story from the podcast, they already know how the story is gonna end. So I don't. It's like that. When you're a writer, so like writing stories when you know the end versus like writing and you haven't figured out the end yet. Which is typically do you think is better?
It's difficult to say because I like thinking that knowing the ending first is always better because you can always build up to the ending. You can change things along the way, but you know, you always know where you're going to finish. And not knowing the ending makes it so you get to explore more because you're not tied down to, oh, it has to end up in this way. But I think people end up getting lost along the way when they do that.
Best example, Lost.
Yes, that's like the perfect example, actually. But Game of Thrones.
But like they knew the ending. Oh wait, let's not talk about that.
Did they though?
Cut that out.
But they kind of like ran out of source material, right? Even though, even if they were kind of told, it's still them not having that, you know? Whereas before, they had the books to go on and they knew exactly where they were going.
I don't want to spend any more time on Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think usually having the ending in sight is better, but some people work well without it.
I'm in the former where I'm like, yeah, you just know. I think most stories are best when people know the ending.
Yeah,
and I just bring this up because they're adapting the story that they already know the ending to, and it's led to some really amazing like scenes they've added and scenes they've modified for setup that when I saw, I just started like violently shaking in my seat. It made me excited because I know what's coming, like, or what this is setting up for.
Right. It's like them being like, oh, wait, but this would be a perfect moment for foreshadowing.
Oh my God. There's a specific scene, especially in the second book, that, oh my God, it was a sad scene too, but like I just couldn't stop this like massive grin on my face. because I knew what it was for, and like it just really made me look forward to when they're gonna adapt my favorite arcs, which were actually the the final two arcs. So I gotta wait like
a while.
5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
But I think I said this the first time I talked about the first novel, because I think I brought it up before. But, you know, getting to read this adaptation, it's like I'm getting to re-experience why I fell in love with the original podcast in the first place. And despite all the adult-themed jokes, by the way, there's like, it's not, I wouldn't say it's like X-rated, but there's some, they do use adult humor. So, I don't know, warning. And, you know, but despite that and the wacky shenanigans, it's a story about like found families. And when they did like a post show, because when they finished the original run of like whatever season of the podcast, they just kind of broke down the themes, and a lot of it was about like you choose life and you choose joy. So I get to think about all that again when I read this book.
Aw, that's adorable.
Thank you. I will always recommend this podcast, The Adventure Zone, to people. It is 69 episodes.
Wow.
So
was that deliberate?
Honestly, I wasn't sure, but they joke about that too.
Nice.
But yes, The Adventure Zone, Murder on the Rockport Limited. I really hope they make it's another New York Times bestseller, because it's great. All right, so Sal.
Yes?
What did you get excited about? Because if it's from San Diego Comic-Con, I'm interested, really.
Yeah, I think, well, a lot of stuff came out, a lot of good stuff, and thank God for it, because I was just gonna be like, I don't know what my topic is. Let me go get something real quick. I read a book this week, I think. I was actually kind of skeptical about this year's San Diego Comic-Con, and it's like the 50th, but I wasn't sure what was gonna be there. Uh-huh.
But I don't know, just, you know, fuck me, because that was completely uncalled for. It's great. I kind of wish I had, you know, tried signing up for tickets.
Yeah.
Despite the insanity.
Well, you only wanted to, like, experience it once, right?
Well, I don't know. I wanted to experience it the first time I went, and it was fun and all, but I just felt so tired from the process. I didn't really feel like doing it again. And I tried justifying it in my mind. I was like, oh, well, there's not going to be anything there this year.
But there's been a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of amazing things.
Yeah, so my topic this week is a new show coming onto the HBO called His Dark Materials.
Why does that sound familiar?
Okay, so have you heard of The Golden Compass?
The book or the movie?
Both? His Dark Materials is the name of the trilogy.
Oh.
Yes. So this trailer dropped yesterday, or that's July 19th. It is a new show coming in this fall, 2019. There is no date yet, but it is a show that's being done by HBO, but also it's being done by BBC.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it is a show based off of the fantasy novels by Philip Pullman, consisting of Northern Lights, The Subtle Knife, and Amber Hourglass, or Spyglass, sorry.
Wait, where does The Golden Compass fit into this?
So, The Golden Compass, the first book, Northern Lights, got renamed to Golden Compass in North America. Why? What? I have no idea.
Huh?
Yeah. So this book was actually released in 1995, and the last one came out in 2000.
This book is older than me.
Yes. And I remember when The Golden Compass came out, the movie, and I was interested in it, but I wasn't allowed to watch it. And it turns out there's a reason for that, because doing my research on it now, there was a lot of backlash against this series by Christians and Catholics because of the way it portrays religion. The books, because I don't know how the show's going to do it, but the books portray religion as this very, like, tyrannical force that needs to be stopped, and that their god is like a cruel tyrant. And so essentially the main characters are trying to take down all that. And so Christians were not happy about it at the time. And there's also witches and stuff in this as well, so you know how that is.
Is the religion in the book supposed to be a metaphor for Christianity?
Yes, because I looked into a lot of it, and they actually mention specific names like Adam and Eve, and like the great downfall of sin and stuff.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so I guess that's why I couldn't watch it, because I couldn't find anything else wrong with it. But you know what? I'm an adult now, so I can watch whatever I want. So the trailer dropped, and I mean, honestly, it was a good trailer, but I had no idea what the heck was happening during the trailer. It just gave you so many questions. The main character is a little girl, and her uncle knows something secret, so he leaves, and then she's trying to figure out what that is. But now there's also a witch and this cool pilot dude. I don't know what's going on. And then a bear shows up and he has armor. What the heck is that about? So I actually had to look up the premise of this, of what the show's going to be about, because everything looked cool in the trailer. I just didn't know what was going on. So the premise is, in an alternate world where all humans have animal companions called daemons, which are manifestations of the human soul, the series follows a young girl named Lyra, who is an orphan living with tutors at Jordan College, Oxford. Lyra discovers a dangerous secret that involves Lord Azrael and Mrs. Marissa Coulter in her search for her missing friend. So she's trying to find her friend, and she finds this weird secret. And she discovers that there's been a slew of kidnappings of children linked to a mysterious substance called dust. And that's essentially what it's about. It doesn't really give more answers, but I'm very curious as to see what's going to happen.
That sounds like BioShock.
It kind of does. And dust reminded me of of Ruby for whatever reason.
Oh, because that's what they call it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what's going on with the animal companions?
Yeah, so I guess everyone has an animal companion, and you actually see in the trailer, I think the main character has like this ferret as an animal companion, and you see the ferret like get attacked, and when the ferret gets attacked, like the girl is like screaming in pain also, so I think they're linked.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it's, I don't know. Well, I need to watch this to find out. But, so yeah, that's what that's about. The main thing that got me interested, however, in the show was the cast.
Oh, so tell me this cast.
Let me give you this great cast. So for our main character, Lyra, is being played by Daphne Keane. If you don't know who that is X-23 in Logan.
What?
So, yep, there's that.
What?
The uncle of Miss Lyra is James McAvoy.
How did they get these people?
Who is Professor Xavier in the recent X-Men.
He's also the Split Man.
Yeah, also the Split Man, and you know he's in It also. He's great. Yeah. He's great. Just whatever he's in, he's great. Also, Lin-Manuel Miranda is going to be playing the pilot dude, and he was Hamilton in the Broadway musical Hamilton.
He's also the one that wrote that play or musical.
Yeah, and there was one more character who I don't know why I didn't write it down.
I think Lin-Manuel Miranda was also a character in DuckTales in the new one.
Oh, nice. And yeah, James Cosmo is going to be playing Farder Coram. I don't know. He was in the trailer, and I was super excited, but I don't know if he's a super prominent role. But he seemed to kind of be like a mentor to Lyra-ish, so super excited. I mean, the cast is stacked.
Are you I keep doing this. This is every episode I have like a theme or like a twitch or a tick I do. This one's this one.
Yeah.
Well, like, after Logan, I remember like, oh my god, this little girl's amazing. What you gonna do next?
Yeah, and she's doing this, and oh man, she, just from the trailer alone, I can tell she's just gonna kill this. She's such a good actress. And then everyone knows James McAvoy. If you don't, then what are you doing with your life? Go watch his stuff. I mean, the cast is stacked. It looks super interesting. I also seen that it's also about like parallel worlds and philosophy and stuff, so it's gonna be super deep. What I didn't expect to find out was it's considered a YA book, like the series, and it seems very dark.
Literally, it's in the trilogy name.
Yeah. So there's that, but I mean, come on, James McAvoy. Daphne Keat, let's go.
I mean, since you've grown up, have you read any of these books?
I haven't. I actually forgot about them.
Oh my god.
Yeah. When the trailer hit, it was like his Dark Materials. That sounds super familiar. And then I was watching the trailer. Wait a minute. Is that the Golden Compass? Because they give her this like compass thing. Oh my god, I think this is the Golden Compass. And then I had to look it up again.
Wow, I don't know, that sounds like what an iconic thing then, that fucking triggered your memory.
Yeah, so, and I totally forgot about the books because I remember thinking this, because I wasn't allowed to watch Harry Potter or read Harry Potter either as a kid, but I went back and watched them and they're super great. The books are amazing. So I did want to eventually come back to it, but I totally forgot. So, I mean, I'm probably going to watch this show and, I might pick up the book sack for once.
Like, dang, when did they... Please tell me this is one of those where they gave a release date.
No, it just says fall. It's this fall, though.
Oh, that's literally starting next month.
Could be August through, October?
Yeah.
So, anywhere between them. Super excited. Did you actually watch The Golden Compass?
I didn't. I just remember the big polar bear. I was like, dude, I was like super young.
Yeah, I figured you were young.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, I just saw the polar bear. That was it. I had no idea what the book was. I didn't even realize it was based off a book.
Yeah, I wish I would have read it. If someone's read it, like, let me know. But yeah, that's what I got excited about. It's gonna be great. It looks phenomenal. Dang, HBO just wants my money so bad.
No, I don't have anything else to add.
All right.
Damn, that sounds crazy. And that's what we got excited about this week. The Adventure Zone, Murder on the Rockport limited graphic novel, and now this HBO adaptation of his Dark Materials. Does that mean they're going to be adapting all 3 books?
I'm going to assume so, because the premise of the show seems like the premise of the first book, from what I've gathered, or at least part of the first book, because it didn't really mention anything about the parallel worlds, and I read and seen like the parallel worlds don't really come until the second book, so...
Okay. We'll have to wait this fall. Listeners, thank you so much for joining us and enthusing with us. If you like what you heard, consider sharing it with a buddy, and you guys can nerd out together. Word of mouth is always the best form of advertisement. If you'd like to help out the show, a review on our iTunes and our Stitcher pages, they go a long way towards podcast visibility. If you have any recommendations for the show, feel free to put them in the comments of our SoundCloud page. If you want to see pictures from our recent convention coverage or just see pictures of our faces, you can check out our Instagram. If you like what we do here on Those Nerds Over There and want to help produce the show, then consider becoming a patron. It's thanks to the support of our patrons that we get to make this show. And as thanks to them, we also try to make a bit of bonus content for them, as thanks. If you want a place to hang out with us, then feel free to join our Discord. We have dedicated channels to topic discussion, show improvements, and nut jar offerings. Links to all these pages can be found on our website, thosenerdscast.wixsite. That's wixsite.com/home. Sal, do you have anything to plug?
Yes. So if you want to find me on social media, I'm at Salzik on Twitter, at Mr. Salzik on Instagram, Salzik also on Twitch, which I've been getting back into. I'm also on my friend's Twitch channel on Thursday nights at 6 p.m. PST, and you can find his stream and all his other stuff at Suspiria.tv. And then you can find me also on my blog, gotamoment.com.
Listeners, thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you again next Wednesday.
Goodbye.